Everybody. So excited to be with you guys here today. Happy Friday. My name is Stephanie Alfonso, and I am part of the educational team here with Elevate. And normally, what my team and I get to do is we travel all over the country, 5, sometimes 6 days a week. Seriously, going to associations, MLS offices, brokerage offices, training agents on the do's and don'ts, tips and tricks, best practices and strategies for social media marketing, online lead generation, you name it. That is exactly what we are going to do here today. Obviously, just a little bit of a different format in your computer screens. That is something we have definitely grown quite accustomed to this past year, right? But can't wait to be with you guys in person. I know those days are coming and coming soon. So really, really excited about that. So just a little bit about me. I live in Tampa, Florida, and have been for, almost 26 years now. I have 4 daughters. My husband and I, we raised our family here. 3 are in college. One of them is a sophomore in high school, almost about to be a junior in high school. So we're almost done, right? Just kidding. I totally am aware with 3 kids in college now that the almost done does not happen at graduation. But we obviously love every minute of it. So anyway, I am originally from New England, born and raised, but moved here when I was a senior in high school. And so my blood is definitely thinned out. I am totally a Florida girl now. I just did a webinar in Michigan, and I was sharing with them about my first time driving in the snow was in Michigan, and it was pretty ridiculous. Anyway, I won't bore you with all of that, but just a little bit of background as to myself. Marketing and lead generation is what I really, really specialize in. I absolutely love to teach. I love to empower. I love to see agents become successful. And so if I do my job correctly here today, you guys will leave here feeling motivated, feeling inspired, and absolutely feeling like you have some practical tools in your back pocket to make a difference in your business starting today. So a little bit about our company, Elm Street Technology, or Elevate. I know you guys have heard of us through your MLS, your association, probably in the news or social media, but we are basically what we've done over the past several years as we purchase all of these best in class of real estate specific technology companies, bundling everything all together, specializing in all areas of real estate technology and marketing under the umbrella we're proud to call Elevate. Guys, go stay connected with us on social media. It's what we specialize in. We're all over it at Trey Elevate RE, and have access to all kinds of videos and articles and classes and what we're doing. And when we hit the road, you'll be able to follow my team and I and see some of the cool stuff that we're doing. But yeah, definitely stay connected with us, guys. We want to keep this education and this motivation going for sure. So a couple of housekeeping items for today's webinar. I want to stay as interactive with you guys as possible. And the way that we found is best, especially when we don't have cameras and all of that on, is utilizing that chat box. I want you guys to utilize that chat box. Any questions, comments, anything at all. I actually have Sam, one of our panelists here with us today, to answer your questions as I'm teaching and I'm going on my path. If I don't stop to answer your questions, throw them in that chat box. And then I'm going to, every few slides, I'm going to check in. We'll get some questions done out loud. We'll do some Q&A at the end. And we'll definitely get all of those burning questions answered for you guys. There is a lot to go over when it comes to social media marketing. A lot of times agents, are a little overwhelmed with it. There's so many platforms, and how active do I stay? And gosh, it takes a lot of time, and it's just not my forte. There's a lot of information to go over, guys, but definitely my goal is not to overwhelm you. It is to absolutely motivate you. But if at any point during this webinar, you're feeling a little overwhelmed or like you would like a little bit more one-on-one assistance, we'd be happy to connect with you, get some time together where we can kind of dive into things a little bit more personally with you. If you want to type "help me" in the chat box, we can definitely coordinate that. It's been awesome being able to connect with agents. Something I don't get to do when I'm on the road, really kind of one-on-one, but with webinars, we've been able to do that. So absolutely, that's something that we definitely want to offer to you guys, should you need any additional assistance. So I guess that's it. Use the chat box. Type help me if you need more help. Let's get rocking and rolling. So really and truly, guys, the top 7 platforms that we're going to focus here today that really agents are just not fully utilizing in their online marketing strategy really come down to their websites, blogs, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Guys, so important that you are on every single one of these platforms, guys, because there truly is a different demographic on each one. Listen, I know that there's some overlap for sure in some of them, but guys, you have the opportunity to reach a different audience by being active on all of these platforms. Now, that being said, I know that's a little overwhelming and certainly time consuming, but it's so completely valuable. But agents will say to me, you know, they'll say, oh yeah, Steph, I'm on Facebook and I think I'm on Twitter. I know I'm on LinkedIn, but haven't been on it in years. I don't remember my password, right? So it's not enough to just have these platforms. You've got to be active. You've got to be consistent in order for this to really make a difference in your business. So we're going to focus today on how to utilize these platforms and grow these platforms and grow your online presence utilizing these platforms. And at the same time, building, growing, and enhancing your SEO value. SEO, that's that search engine optimization. In other words, a free or an organic way for you to be found in Google and the search engines. Guys, both are equally as important and truly work hand in hand together to grow your business. Okay. Now, one of the best ways to build your individual SEO is through blogging. Are any of you guys bloggers in here? Kind of curious if you want to throw that raise hand button up, or maybe have blogged in the past. But what blogging is in essence an online newsletter. It truly is designed to make you look like an expert in something. Now, you name it, there's a blog for it. Every business, every hobby, whether it's a cooking blog or a parenting blog or a fitness blog, you name it, there's blogs for it. And of course, there are real estate blogs, which you all are professionals in. So in conjunction with obviously branding you as an expert in your industry, the main purpose of blogging is content building. You guys have heard that saying before, right? Content's king, content's king. But what does that really mean? Well, every time you write to a blog or post to a blog, it forces the search engines to index that blog, analyze that blog, look at the keywords, therefore giving you higher value in Google and the search engines. So that's the purpose of it. That online newsletter, branding you as an expert in your field, in your community, in your industry, and content building. Now, there are so many different places that you guys can start actually blogging on. A couple on your screen. WordPress is popular, blogger.com, ActiveRain. You could do a quick Google search and find so many different free blogging platforms. But I'm going to tell you guys this, and I'm going to explain this further as we go along. The most effective place to blog is right within your website. So, of course, make sure you have your own website, but check to see if you have a blogging feature right within it. Guys, think about that. As you're building the SEO of your blog, when it's under the same domain as your website, you're now giving that SEO to your website, which is the front door to your business, right? So check to see if you have a blog feature right within your blog. So we know we need to be blogging. We've got to brand ourselves as an expert in our community. We want to have a vehicle of communication and education for our audience, but what kind of content's good content, right? What we know that the importance of blogging, but really, what should I be blogging about? Well, it won't be a surprise to you guys. Obviously, you should blog some real estate information. That's a no-brainer. It is a real estate blog. But to be a really effective real estate blogger, I want you to first listen. Pay attention and really kind of hone in on as to what kind of things are people asking you or talking to you about when they know that you sell real estate. You know, how's the market? Is it a buyer or a seller's market? Is it really the best time for me to purchase my first home in this, seller's market? What kind of documents should I bring to my closing? Should I stage my home? Should I get a home inspection? What's going on with interest rates? I mean, you name it. People are asking you about it, and that is your sphere telling you exactly the type of real estate specific information that they would want to know about. And guys, if they're asking you, you better believe they're asking Google and the search engine. So blog that information. Now, of course, in conjunction with blogging real estate info, I don't recommend you focus solely on that. We recommend also blogging, content that's going to be relevant and interesting to everybody, not just people interested in real estate. We call that lifestyle content. Blog about DIY projects or 2021 kitchen updates or 5 easy steps to organizing your garage or the top 10 things to do in your area this summer or simply, articles that are going to be relevant and interesting and engaging. That could be pretty much about anything, guys. Even something as simple as a famous family recipe. Doesn't matter to Google. It's great for content, right? So you want to have a nice kind of mix of real estate information sprinkled in with that lifestyle interest articles as well, okay? Now, let's talk about your listings. Kind of going back to real estate information a little bit. When you guys get a new listing, you put it into MLS, right? Or listing update, you put it into MLS. Of course, that's your job. But when it goes into MLS, right? The MLS, it's a database. And I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but Google literally avoids database-driven content. Literally avoids it. So for the most possible eyes and activity and traffic to your content, blog your listing updates, right? Think about all of the real estate rich keywords that go along with the listing update, whether it's new listing, new to market, just sold, open house, price reduction, virtual tour, 123 Main Street, that street address. That's like gold in Google and the search engines, right? So rule of thumb, after you put your listing into MLS, blog all of your listing updates. Okay, so real estate information, lifestyle content, your listing updates, and of course, my favorite, hyper-local content. Hyper-local is the town, the area, the neighborhood, the community that you specialize in. This is your opportunity to be that community expert. People expect their real estate agent to be that community expert, right? So blog about what's going on in your area. Blog about up and coming neighborhoods or the school district or local businesses or local events or reopening strategies with everything that we've been dealing with COVID or, anything that's going on. I know the past year it's been limited, but so many things are starting to open back up, music festivals and art shows and just anything that's going on within your community. I have an agent of mine. She's always blogging updates with what's going on with the school board and the school district and all of that kind of stuff. And believe it or not, people will go to her website more so than they'll even go to the school district's website. I mean, she is truly like branded, or people look to her for that kind of information. And it's all from her blogging site. I mean, from her real estate site that she has her blog. So she gets tons of business from this. So brand yourself as that community expert. Utilize your blog as a networking tool. Maybe highlight a business of the month or a restaurant of the week. It's a great opportunity for you to connect with business owners who are buying and selling homes, connecting with your community. Let's say you, write a couple paragraphs on your favorite restaurant that you love to go to with your family on Friday nights. If you write good stuff about them, they'll put it on their social media, right? They'll probably have even bigger following than you have, right? Getting maximum exposure to you. So utilize that blog as that vehicle of delivering great content to your community, branding you not only as a real estate professional, maybe in your niche market, that's something you can highlight as well, but branding you as that community expert as well. So super, super valuable. Now, all of this that we're blogging, community updates, real estate information, your listing updates, the key to doing all of this is to be consistent. Consistency is key, guys. You've got to blog at a minimum of once per week. Once per week. Any less than that, and you can actually be penalized in Google and the search engines. And quite frankly, it just doesn't look very professional, right? So keep it active once per week. Like I said, Google's not going to want to send users to a dead or an inactive blog, okay? A couple other guidelines. Always have a photo and a video or a video with blog. It increases that click rate, increases that engagement. As far as length is concerned, we recommend about 3 to 5 paragraphs. Any more than that, guys, and people tend to disengage. No one wants to read a blog this long, right? So keep it in that sweet spot, 3 to 5 paragraphs, and always, always, always have some form of lead capture. some form of lead capture, whether that is a subscribe button, a contact me button, or the very minimum your information, but you always want to make sure there is a way for me to get a hold of you, and of course for you to get a hold of me. Effective marketing is all about you finding your audience and your audience finding you, right? Make sure you have lead capture. So after we're doing all of this on our blog, we've got all of this great information. Another thing I wanted to add to market updates. Market updates are huge to be blogging and putting all over your social media. Great opportunity for seller leads, especially, it's hyper local information about the market in your industry, in your area. And so I know a lot of brokerages will put this out, but as the individual agent, super important, so that when I want to click on those rates and find out what's going on in that area, or check out the area, check out the values in the area, I'll be connected with you and only you, right? Super, super important stuff. That's a great piece of content for your blog. So, but how do we get people to it? A lot of people will say to me, well, gosh, all this is great, but how am I really going to get a lot of engagement and activity to my blog? And the key is you don't want to leave all this great content just sitting on your blog. You want to share it everywhere. From your blog, share it to your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, your YouTube, if it's a video, your Instagram. By doing so, guys, you're increasing that SEO value. Google is going to value a piece of content shared to multiple platforms. You're reaching that larger audience, right? Different demographic on each one, and you're developing that brand recognition across a broad and wide audience. So from the blog, share it to all of your social media, absolutely. So I know that was a lot of information about blogging, and I know you're all going to start blogging right away, right? But if you have any questions, guys, throw them in that chat box. We're going to keep plowing ahead. A common question I oftentimes get is, can I blog content from other sources? And I'm going to get into that here on Facebook, okay? But also go to other people to write something up for you. Go to that business owner. Hey, you want to give me 3 to 5 paragraphs about your business? I'd love to feature you on my blog this week. Go to your mortgage lender. Hey, Mr. or Mrs. Mortgage Lender, I'll put a link to your website on my blog. Give me 3 to 5 paragraphs on first-time home buying tips and tricks. So all of that kind of stuff, again, you can also kind of outsource by connecting with people and having them give you content. But if you're wanting to use articles from other sources, stay tuned. I'm going to get into that. So let's talk about Facebook. Still the #1 platform on the internet today, with over 70% of Facebook users logging in 6 to 10 times a day, with the average time spent between 13 and 20 minutes each visit. Whole lot of people, over 2 billion users on Facebook, guys. Whole lot of activity. The average adult spends over 45 minutes a day. I'm probably guilty of more of that, but this is my job, so that's my excuse, right? My husband would say, oh yeah, it's more than that. And guys, over the past year, Facebook has reported record numbers of usage. So that tells me you've got to be where your audience is, right? Absolutely. But also, guys, it is absolutely crucial that you are utilizing a Facebook business page for your business. A lot of us have used or are using your personal page. But guys, if you do so and you get caught and Facebook catches on to this, you can actually be thrown into what's called Facebook jail. I know that sounds silly. It's a real place, and they'll suspend your account. So make sure all of your business information originates from your business page, okay? Super, super important. But just like with blogging, the key to really successful engagement is to be consistent. Consistency is key. We recommend posting on Facebook 2 to 3 times per week. But you want to be consistent with valuable information, relevant information. What does that look like? Well, listen, I can tell you this. I go on agents' Facebook pages every single day. And typically on their business pages, I see the same type of information. New listing, buy with me, sell with me. I love your referrals, market report, new listing, open house, new listing, buy with me, sell with me. Guys, that's only going to be interesting to me if I'm interested in real estate, right? And let's be honest, the majority of people on your page are not interested in real estate, not right now anyway, right? Now, for your sake, I hope someday they are, but right now they're not. So how are you going to be of value and interest in people's news feeds consistently? Is going to be by providing what we call value set information. Think about everything we just talked about with your blog. Blog all of those real estate articles, but blog all that lifestyle content and post it to your Facebook. All those articles on, the top 10 things to do in your area this summer, or the childproofing your home, or the DIY projects, or whatever it might be, the health and wellness articles, all of that kind of information, all those articles where people are looking and reading all the time on Facebook and sharing with people, right? So engage and nurture your audience with that good, engaging, consistent content that's relevant and value to everyone. But here's the deal. I've been doing this a long time, and agents are really getting quite savvy, and they're saying, oh yeah, Steph, I post content all the time to my Facebook page. As a matter of fact, I even pay a company to post content for me. And I'll say, all right, cool. So I'll go to their Facebook page and I'll scroll through and take a look. And sure enough, they're posting some great content, great articles. But when I look to see where those articles are from, they're from Inman News, Huffington Post, Backing You Media, Keeping Current Matters, Circle Picks, Realtor.com, Zillow. Guys, if I were to click on that article, where's it going to take me? To them, right? To Zillow. That's the last place you want to send your audience, right? Guys, you're building their SEO, driving traffic to their domain, sending traffic away from your experience, right? And guys, listen, big companies like Realtor and Zillow have whole departments that all they do is create content for agents. And it's good content because their goal is that you're going to put it on your page. Me, the consumer, I'm going to click on it. It's going to take me to Zillow. They're going to capture me eventually as a lead and then maybe sell me back to you next month in a zip code. Happens all the time. So to avoid this and to keep everyone in your audience in what we call a gated experience, all under the umbrella of your business, make sure that everything that you are posting to your Facebook is self-branded. Self-branded means it comes from your blog, your domain. Let me show you what that looks like. Right here, guys, on your screen on the left-hand side, Allison posts this article, Choosing the Right Luxury Home Location. Great article. It's her market. I click on it. Where am I going? MyLuxuryPalmBeach.com. That's her website, right? So now I went from Facebook, drove that traffic to her website, traffic to her site, builds your SEO where there's lead capture, building her brand. As opposed to on the right-hand side, 25 reasons why blue is the best color for your home. If I were to click on that article, where do I go? CountryLiving.com. I'm out. No brand building, no lead capture opportunities, no SEO building to her domain. So if you want to use articles from other sources, you certainly can. Just never put that link directly on your Facebook. Put it on your blog. Then give some commentary. Hey, everyone, check out this article that was so relevant here in our area. Check it out. Then share it to your Facebook page. Now it's branded to you when it comes from your blog. You can share that article from your blog to your Facebook. I click on it. I go back to your blog, your domain, building your SEO. I can continue reading. Everything is sourced appropriately. So these little changes, guys, everything originating from your blog going to your Facebook make an enormous difference in the type of organic lead generation you're getting from your social media, the type of organic SEO that you're building for your website, and it's just an amazing difference in the overall value you have in the Facebook algorithms as well as the Google algorithms alike. Okay. All right. So what else? Facebook. We want to be posting all those blog articles, self-branded photos, videos. Photos and videos are the best way to increase engagement because I want to see your face. I want to see your community. I want to get to know you. Zig Ziglar said it best, guys. People do business with people they like, they know, and they trust. Photo and video is one of the best ways for you to be able to showcase who you are, what you specialize in, the community that you live in, whether you're taking photo and video as to what you're doing on the weekends or on a broker's tour or in the new construction site that you're doing business in, whatever it might be, guys, utilize photos and videos to increase that engagement. Listen, I have a client of mine in the Miami area. She's always posting photos and video of her dogs. She has 2 Dalmatians, always posting about them. I kid you not. Who would have thought there's all these like Dalmatian lover groups all over the place, all over the world, all over the country? I think 100% of her business comes from Dalmatian owners at this point. I kid you not. Great. I mean, listen, people connect to people they have similar interests with. Utilize photo and video for that. Facebook Live, which is literally going live on your Facebook page. As soon as you go live, it'll notify everyone that follows you. Stephanie Alfonso's live, watch now. What an awesome way to be able to interact and engage with people when face-to-face interaction isn't possible. Now, I would have never thought years ago that when I talk about face-to-face interaction not being possible, I meant more like bad weather. or relocations. Never in my wildest dreams would I have said during a pandemic when no one was allowed to be around each other. But here we are, right? 2020, 2021, where look what we faced this past year. But you know what? The real estate market industry, it boomed. And you know what? Agents suddenly found themselves going, now more than ever before, do I see how important it is to be able to have an online strategy and be able to connect with people in my community, outside of my community. Facebook Live is an awesome tool to do so. I'll tell you guys a quick story. So has nothing to do with real estate, but it made me a believer in Facebook Live. So a couple years ago, my grandmother, we were moving her from her home in Providence, Rhode Island, to an assisted living facility near my house in Tampa. And I'm not going to lie to you, it was heartbreaking. She did not want to move. It was killing us. So my sister and I, went up. We were going to pack her up, move her. And the facility we were moving her to was doing a Facebook Live event, right? Showcasing the activities and everything they have going on there. And so we were like, okay, let's have grandma go on this. So we did the Facebook Live event, pulled it up, and it kind of explained to her how it went. She got to see everything going on. Listen. I'll cut to the chase. Within 5 minutes, I kid you not, she was like, I'm out of here. I'm going to Florida. Forget this cold. I mean, it was like, wow, is that easy? We were asking all these questions and all that. By the time we moved her, it was like they all knew us, probably because we were a little obnoxious with all the questions, but it was we felt like we belonged. We felt like we already knew them. Face-to-face interaction in that case wasn't available. But by the time we moved her in, they were, hey, Lynn, welcome. It was really, really incredible. And even now in today's climate, in today's market, do you know, I mean, so many people are buying homes without even seeing them, by seeing photos and videos and utilizing that agent in that area with Facebook Live and FaceTime and all that kind of stuff. That's just the market that we're in. So utilize it. So all of this, whether we're talking blog articles, lifestyle content, real estate information, photos, videos, Facebook Live, everything we're doing on Facebook, the goal is to truly capitalize on the most powerful tool you have at your fingertips, which is top of mind marketing. Top of mind marketing, being that first person that people think of when they're ready to buy or sell. Isn't that the whole name of the game in real estate? Guys, if you can crack that code, you will be very successful, because think about it. Where are people 6 to 10 times a day, 13 to 20 minutes each visit? They're on Facebook. Marketers say you need to be in front of somebody 25 times before they do business with you. You go broke doing that with mailings, but you can be in people's news feeds. You can provide value and provide content. And I'm telling you, you're going to change the type of organic lead generation that you are getting from your online sources. It doesn't cost you a penny. Okay, super, super powerful. Now, so we want to utilize our social media, build our brand, build top of mind. Also, we want to increase lead generation, and the way that we can really, really maximize your Facebook is the way that you post your listings. It not only brands you as an agent, but is going to literally turn your Facebook into a super highway to the front door of your business. Now, here's what agents do 9 times out of 10. It's the wrong way. Agents will get a new listing, and they'll put a bunch of beautiful photos on their Facebook page. Hey, everyone, brand new listing, 123 Main Street, gorgeous backyard. This won't last long. Call me. They put their phone number. Well, first and foremost, guys, don't ever depend on a phone call, okay? People are not likely to pick up a phone and call you anymore these days. Maybe they'll text, especially millennials. They don't call anybody, and millennials are buying and selling homes right now. But the real issue here is that there's no lead capture. There's no way for you to know that I'm looking, that I'm engaged, that I'm interested. And if I were, there's no listing sheet. There's no way for me to, even get more information. What if I want to know the school zone or the taxes? Or what if I wasn't, so here's what that's going to do. If I want more information on a property and you don't provide it with that Facebook post, guess where I'm going? Zillow, Realtor, got it right here on my phone. Or worse, what if I wasn't even interested in real estate? Oh man, I think I can afford in that neighborhood right now. But it's a 3-bedroom and I really need a 4-bedroom. Let me search for more properties in that area. Can I search for more properties based on that Facebook post? Unfortunately not. So again, driving the consumer to use a portal, and now you've lost me. So to avoid this and to, again, drive traffic from your social media right to the front door of your business, you must post all of your listings as what we call an optimized listing post. An optimized listing post. And guys, all that is just a fancy way of saying that it is a link to a website or your website, blog, or landing page where you're going to have these three characteristics: lead capture into some sort of CRM system. Right there, you got a lead from Facebook, you're welcome. Full listing sheet and IDX search capability, so I can search the entire MLS for more listings. Great example here on your screen, guys. We've got the address in the title, nice large photo, short description. I click anywhere on that Facebook post, I'm going right there to Tracy's website where there's lead capture. So you guys see the difference here between on the right-hand side, I post my listings to Facebook, and as opposed to on the left-hand side, I optimize my listings to Facebook. One, honestly, is just a bunch of pretty photos and a prayer thrown up there, hoping for that phone call, as opposed to on the left-hand side where I'm building my SEO. I'm driving traffic to my domain where there's lead capture opportunities. You know, one of them is just a bunch of pretty pictures. One of them is literally turning your social media into a tool that is feeding leads to your website. These, again, these small changes make an enormous difference in the type of business that you're able, the type of lead generation that you're able to capture organically. So all that being said, all of this is so important, but I know a lot of you might be thinking, well, gosh, you know, I haven't really been doing much of this at all, not to mention not on my business page. And more of my followers are on my personal page. How do I really start increasing my following on my business page? So to gain a following, number one, first tap into your sphere. Invite all your friends, your family, your neighbors' friends and family. Invite everyone from your personal page to your business page. Then I want you to create and promote your Facebook handle. Your Facebook handle is the @ your page name. You want to promote this everywhere. Anywhere you have your name, your phone number, your email, you should have your Facebook handle. This is the exact address to your Facebook page. It's more relevant nowadays than even a phone number. So email signatures, business cards, any farming materials, put it on your personal page. Hey everyone, for more community updates, go like and follow my business page. Great way to promote it and increase that following. Email marketing campaigns. How does this correlate? Listen, I meet agents every day, and typically they have tons of contacts in their email database, very few followers on social media. Let's bridge that gap. You know, maybe do a couple email campaigns a couple times a year to invite and incentivize your email database to go like and follow you on social media, where you're going to more actively and consistently stay in front of them. And then, of course, you also have the opportunity and you are able to share content from your business page to your personal page. Now, where Facebook jail happens is if you originate that content on your personal page. That's where you'll get in trouble. You are totally okay to share from business to personal. I recommend it while you're trying to increase your following. You know, hey everyone, for more articles like this, go like and follow my business page. Great ways to truly tap into your sphere and get them to follow your social media. Now, how can we best grow our following of people we don't know yet? Is by utilizing Facebook ads and Facebook boosting. Now, great return on investment when done correctly. Ads are a little bit different. They're done in the ads manager, a little more complex. There's different lead capture opportunities and A/B test splitting in pixels, and it just gets a little bit more complicated. So I will tell you guys a really great resource if you are not familiar with creating Facebook ads is facebook.com/business. Facebook.com/business. There is a section there called Facebook Blueprint, where it's an awesome wealth of information kind of walking you through creating effective ads. I absolutely suggest doing so and finding out a little bit more information before really investing. But I'm going to walk you guys here through a boost here today. Now, a boost, super effective, very inexpensive, and is a great way to get in front of people and target people you don't know. So you put it, it's done directly from your Facebook page, okay, your business page. You put an article on there, you post whatever your post is, a blue button will pop up, you click boost post, and then you're gonna walk through a few steps. First, you wanna determine your objective. What is the point? What are you trying to accomplish? Everything you're trying to accomplish is going to be driving traffic to your website, right? Of course, we're doing brand building, but we're trying to drive traffic to our website. Call to action, bottom right-hand corner. I always suggest learn more. That'll drive traffic to your website. Then you want to select your audience. Now, this is where it can get a little bit tricky. Because of fair housing laws, gone are the days where you can target by age or demographic or things like that. So we always recommend boosting by a mile radius, right? Minimum of 15-mile radius. I always recommend 15 or 20-mile radius, because then you'll reach, the broader the better. You want to get in front of as many people as possible, providing content, driving traffic to your website, and getting people to like, engage, or share your content, because then you can invite them to follow your social media. So I'm going to show you some good examples, but then you're going to select your total budget. Facebook won't go a penny over, 40, 50 bucks. Facebook will tell you about how many people you'll reach for about X amount of time based on that budget. Once you agree to those terms, bada bing, bada boom, put your credit card in, and you've got yourself a great boost. You'll get all the tracking, the analytics, who opened it, who shared it, who liked it. And anyone who likes or shares your content, you can invite to follow your social media page, right? To follow your business page. Now, there's two items that I always want you to boost. Number one are sold properties, right? Remember, when we get a sold property, we're going to put it on our blog, share it to our Facebook. I want you to boost it every time. Here's what my clients always do. Once you get a sold property, right? Put on your Facebook page. When you boost it, I want you to boost it to that 20 or 15 to 20-mile radius around that sold property. Drop a pin to that address, target that 20-mile radius around that sold property, and you are now basically targeting all those surrounding neighborhoods. Everyone around that 12-mile, that 15-mile radius is seeing your post, your name attached. It's a link back to your website. It's an incredible opportunity for additional seller leads. The way you market your sold properties is truly going to allow you opportunities for additional business. And think about this compared to mailings. I get mailings all the time and they end up in the trash can. Whereas for a fraction of the cost, because mailings are expensive, you can be in people's news feeds for days, weeks, sometimes longer, right? And anyone who likes, shares, or engages, you can connect with and ask them to follow your social media, where you can therefore nurture that audience with more more engaging content. So absolutely sold properties. The other piece of content that is great are just interest articles that people would find valuable, that you would get a lot of likes from. So I'll give you a great example. I had a client of mine. She did an article this past October on the top 10 neighborhoods to go trick-or-treating in. So she boosted it to the 20-mile radius around her own neighborhood. These are all people she doesn't know. She got over 1,000 likes. She invited every single one of them to go follow her page. Of course, she's gonna get a lot of likes. It was Halloween time, right? People want to know where to take their kids trick-or-treating. It was great. It was a super engaging article. She got over 150 new followers. So do you think out of those 150 new followers that she got at least one piece of business from it? Several, right? So definitely made her 40 bucks back, right? Anytime you invest a little time and money to grow your following, you just now have to nurture that following with good, consistent content, driving that traffic right back to your website, and your organic lead generation is going to go through the roof. Okay. So any questions at all, guys? I'm happy to answer those questions. Let's check that chat box and make sure I haven't missed anything. And let's keep rocking and rolling, guys, because you don't want to put yourself into a box and only market on Facebook. You want to make sure that you are active on all social media platforms. LinkedIn is absolutely no exception. It's my personal favorite because this is your business network. This is an opportunity for you to be in front of business professionals, build top of mind with business professionals, both outside of your industry and within your industry. I love LinkedIn because it has extremely high SEO. Guys, listen, if you have a LinkedIn profile and I Google your name, whether you're active on it or not, it's going to be one of the first things that comes up. So make sure you have your best foot forward, because people are going to look for you on social media before they pick up the phone and call you. So you want to look active, consistent, and professional, even if you're a brand new agent. Now, make this easy for you. Everything that you're posting on your blog and on your social, on your Facebook, you also want to post to your LinkedIn. All of those real estate articles, those lifestyle content, your listing updates, hyper local, of course, self-branded, optimized posts. So I click on it and I turn my LinkedIn to another super highway, driving traffic to my website where there's lead capture. Nurture that audience with good, consistent content. Especially, guys, I will tell you, on LinkedIn, you want to connect with as many other agents as you can. Now, why is that? It is the #1 agent to agent referral platform on the internet, guys. Connect with other agents. I have a client of mine that she's actually a good friend of mine too. She was a real estate agent up in New England for over 20 years. And a couple of years ago, when she moved to the Tampa Bay area, she was busy like right away. And I was like kind of shocked, moving states is like starting all over again. Well, you know what she did? She was connected to so many agents up in New England. She reached out to all of them on LinkedIn. Hey, everyone, recently moved to the Tampa Bay area. If you know anyone that wants to take a look at a condo in St. Pete Beach, I'd love to work with you. Tons of business. People move from New England down to Florida every day, all day long, right? So definitely think about that in your market and other agents that you can connect with. I know in Tampa, there's a lot of referral business going on between Tampa and Miami, guys. So utilize this platform as a way to really, really build that referral network as well. So super powerful stuff, guys. Twitter, again, no exception. It is not just for celebrities and drama. I promise you that. You definitely have to engage on a business level on your Twitter, guys. Very, very high SEO value. And you absolutely right now should be connecting to that millennial market. According to NAR last year, over 50% of all transactions involved a millennial. I used to say that millennials were the largest group of first-time home buyers, and that is still true, but millennials are also right now selling their first homes. Millennials are financially savvy, and 3-4 years ago when they were buying their first homes, now they're selling them. They know it's the right time to do so and making a killing off of it, right? So connect with millennials, guys. It is huge on Twitter. So there's no distinction between a business platform and a personal platform. You can do it all together. Now, if you're getting into Twitter wars and all of that, maybe have 2 separate Twitter accounts. But other than that, there's no distinction between the two. And just nurture and build your brand with this audience with all of those lifestyle articles, all that real estate information, all of your listing updates, especially in front of that millennial market, guys, driving that traffic right back to your website where there's lead capture, building your overall online presence and your activity. Again, even if you're a new agent, you certainly don't have to look like one. We want to make sure you look active, consistent, and professional on every single social media platform to reach every demographic. Now, excuse me, YouTube is probably the most underutilized platform on the internet by real estate agents. And we've got to change that, guys, because first and foremost, Google owns YouTube. Google owns it. So do you think if Google owns the platform, it's going to want to send users to its own platform? You bet. So make sure for your business, you have your own branded YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you a thing. You do not have to get the paid subscription. All you have to do is have a Gmail email, go to youtube.com, create your YouTube channel, and you want to utilize this channel to house all of your video footage. Now, you might be super engaged with doing video. You might not. I can tell you for 2021, you want to make video as a part of your marketing plan, guys. But even if you did no video whatsoever, it is absolutely crucial that you are utilizing your YouTube channel to basically hold and house all of your listing virtual tours. For every listing that you have, you absolutely want to have a virtual tour attached to that on your YouTube channel. Couple things. Number one, it does not have to be super fancy. And you don't have to use expensive drones and lighting and cameras and all that kind of stuff. Simply stitching photos together, laying them over some music, and creating like a virtual slideshow is totally sufficient. What is important is what you have in that title and what you have in the description. In your title, you have to have that street address. Why is that? Because that's what's going to be analyzed by the search engine. So if I'm driving by 123 Main Street and I Google that street address, and that street address is in the title of your video, guess where Google's going to drive me to? You bet. And then in the description and that comments, you want to make sure there's a link over to your website so that I can be driven right back to that listing, get all the information I need, and be connected, most importantly, with you. But other videos that are really, really great to have on your YouTube channel, any type of educational videos, networking videos, those video blogs, maybe do some kind of cross promotion where, maybe you did that blog on childproofing your home. Maybe do a video follow-up. Hey, everyone, I wrote a blog the other day about childproofing your home this summer. Just wanted to show you some tips and tricks and strategies of what we did to open up our pool this summer. Kind of give that information. That's awesome. I have a client of mine in LA. He does a 60-second video every week on random information, pest control, escrow, I mean, you name it. People absolutely love it, you know, so utilize your YouTube channel to house all those videos. Video testimonials, super, super powerful. Go to your past clients, go to your client at the closing table when they're at the peak of excitement and ask them to do a, you know, a quick 1 or 2 minute video on how excited they were, how they loved working with you. I personally did a video testimonial for my agent. When we purchased our home, I closed last year, March 15th, 2020. The same day that we got stay-at-home orders from my company that we would no longer be traveling for question mark amount of time. And I did a little funny video about how I have my own home office now in my new house. And whereas my old house was so tiny, I would have been in the kitchen driving my family nuts. My kids were home from college. They were all home. Everybody's home. And I had my own little quiet space. And it was so funny. I mean, really, it was hysterical because I had my kids involved with it. Anyhow, she shared it all over social media, which is what I want you to do. And who would have thought that I didn't even know we were connected to so many of the same people. And so people were reaching out to her like, oh my gosh, you know, the Alfonsos, you know, our girls used to take ballet together, whatever. And she got tons of business from it, right? Several pieces of business from it. So I want you to do the same thing. You don't want to leave all this great video just sitting on your YouTube channel. You want to share it everywhere. Share it to your Facebook, to your LinkedIn, to your Twitter. Share it everywhere for maximum exposure, right? So all of our social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, your Instagram. Instagram is photo-based and video-based. So you want to utilize Instagram. Again, you have to have a business page because Facebook does own it. You want to have that business page and utilize it. Facebook stories Instagram stories, super, super powerful. You want to know why? Stat came out, 1 out of every 4 Instagram stories results in a direct message, right? That was the stat that came out. Now, here's what's really cool about it. A story as opposed to a post, right? So a post is going to stay on there forever unless you take it off. A story is only going to stay there for 24 hours. So it's kind of like when people are just kind of scrolling through, they're looking at everyone's stories, you get the most engagement. You get the most engagement on Instagram on those stories. So utilize, you know, video of yourself talking about your business, showcasing an area or talking about the market, you know, maybe do like a live market update, put it on your Instagram story. And again, 1 out of every 4 statistically results in a direct message. So capitalize on that Instagram as well. But every single social media platform, the goal is to turn our social media from a toy into a powerful tool to drive traffic to the front door of your business, which is your website. So question is that I want you to think about your website. Do you have your own website? Do you have a website? Are you getting business from it? Because typically the answer when I speak to agents is I'm getting little to no activity, let alone any business from my website. So there's some things we got to look at. So first and foremost, again, it is the centerpiece to all online lead generation. It's the central place for you to be found on the internet. And it is absolutely crucial that you have that forward-facing branding for your business. But there's more, so much more to your website than just brand building, right? You don't want it to just be a billboard online. You want it to actually be a powerful tool to bring you business. So number 1, make sure you have the kind of website that number 1, I can use on my phone, that's mobile responsive. 97% of home searches start right here on my phone, and that it is integrated to a CRM and has IDX search. The main purpose of my website, of your website, is to search for properties. Absolutely crucial that you have a strong IDX website and that you have a CRM attached so that all the leads and traffic and activity can be maintained and managed from one spot. So important. Also, you want to make sure, guys, that there's the portability issue you need to address. A lot of times agents will have a website, but it is a broker provided website. And whereas most brokerages do provide a website, we do not suggest you rely solely on that website. First and foremost, if you were to ever leave that brokerage, what happens to your website? It's gone, right? All your SEO is gone, all your branding is gone. You got to start all over again, right? So make sure that you invest in your own independent website that goes where you go. And also the back end is going to be so different from a broker provided site because nothing brands you differently on a broker provided site. Nothing in Google and the search engines are not analyzing a broker provided site any differently than anyone else in your office or across your whole brand. Whereas an independent website, you have the opportunity to have that content change and to create a dynamic site. So what is a dynamic site and how is it different than most websites that are static? A static website means it's just sitting in the search engines like a ton of bricks, getting no traffic, getting no activity, right? It's no different than taking your business card, putting it on the bulletin board at Starbucks and expecting it to move around on its own and meet people. It's not going to do it on its own. You've got to attach it to something that's always moving, always changing, always getting traffic and activity. So in order to create a dynamic web presence that's getting traffic, activity, engagement, and is being analyzed by the search engines, you've got to attach it to what gets the most traffic and activity on the internet, which you guys know exactly what that is. Social media, blogs, content, photos, videos, articles, keywords. So unless you're going in every single day, several times a day and changing all of that on its own, you've got a static website, my friends. And guess what? Most real estate websites are static because the only thing that changes on a typical real estate website are listings, which remember come from the IDX, the MLS, which is a database. Google avoids database-driven content and is now avoiding your website. So how do we change it? We got to integrate it. Here's your website, front door to your business. Inside of that website, you want to have your blog, right? So that every time those keywords and that content's being analyzed and indexed, you're now giving that high SEO to your website. Then share it everywhere. Share that content to your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, your YouTube, your Instagram, and have it all point back to where? You got it, your website. This is called linking and backlinking. Linking and backlinking, taking one piece of information, sharing it across multiple platforms, all leading back to one central location. Guys, this is a game changer. Having your social media and blog integrated, connected, and working like a well-oiled machine together is going to take your business to that next level. Again, turning your social media from a toy to a tool to drive traffic, activity, and creating an organic lead generation system automatically within your business online. So absolutely so important, guys. So we want to build our brand building. We want to build, have a powerful searching tool for our buyers. We want to be able to do market reports and everything under the umbrella of your business. And I also want you to be able to use all of these tools and concepts at your next listing appointment. The market is competitive, guys. What are you going to do to wow your sellers so that they want to use you over the guy next door? So here's, I'm telling you, take a picture of this slide. My clients call this the moneymaker slide. At your next listing appointment, you're going to nail it. You just got to say this. Listen, this is how I'm going to advertise your listing on my social media. I'm going to feature your property as a featured property on my website, blog about it on my real estate blog, promote it on my Facebook business page. I'm going to post it to LinkedIn to my activity feed. I'm going to tweet about your property on my Twitter, post it to my Instagram story. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to create a video, put it on my YouTube channel, share it across all of my social media. Friends, do you think that your clients will appreciate this? You bet. This is what the industry demands. This is what your clients demand. And I am telling you, this is what is going to separate those good agents from those great agents. So take a picture of it, have it in your phone. Let this be kind of what you measure your online success with this year, as almost like a checklist. All right, this is what I've got to get in place to make me, to ensure that I'm going to have the best year yet. Your online marketing truly is essential for real estate business. Do you guys agree with that? Raise your hand if you guys agree with that, that it truly is essential. I will tell you guys, especially when I'm in person with agents, you know, they kind of look at me like, okay, this is a lot, right? And I totally understand it, because oftentimes what holds agents back from fully engaging and utilizing their social media to its fullest potential is the time, right? It's like a full-time job. My gosh, how do you expect me to blog and tweet and do all this kind of stuff? I'm just not very efficient with it. You know, like social media is not my forte. I don't really understand all the nuances of it. I'm just not very educated in it. Or how do I optimize all of that? And so I get it. And I know that there's a lot of kind of setbacks, but I hope that I provided you guys with at least some motivation, at least provided some type of foundation for you guys to actually implement to change your business from today moving forward. But for those of you who are thinking, gosh, is there some way that you can help with this? Who can I utilize or I need a website, or how is there some place that I can post something and it goes everywhere? I would love to be able to share with you guys our social media platform. If I told you that we could take everything we talked about here off your plate, from website to blog to social media content, so that you never had to worry about it again, what would you guys think? Right? Pretty awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and transition here from our educational point of our webinar. Thank you so much for joining here today, and I hope you learned so much. But for those of you who would like to learn a little bit more about the Elevate platform, I know we get a lot of questions. I've heard about Elevate. How can you help me? I'm going to go ahead and dive in and do a quick, if you guys want to hang out with me for like another two to 5 minutes and show you exactly how the Elevate platform works. And it's basically this. Instead of you all leaving here today and start becoming vendor managers and go, okay, I need to get one company for a strong independent IDX website. I got to get one company for a CRM. I got to get a company to blog for me because I don't have time for that. I can sell a house with my eyes closed, but I don't want to create content. I got to get one company to do all this. And I really need to up my lead generation. If I told you that there was a system that could do all of it for you, I think you'd be pretty excited. And so that's where Elevate has truly filled in that gap in the market by taking all of these core services, putting it under one umbrella that works like a well-oiled machine. The first thing we are going to do for you is create your own independent IDX website. You are going to work with our design team to design your own site. It is your site. You pick colors and logos and photos and layouts. It's going to download from the MLS every 15 minutes, 24 hours a day. You will have the most current and up-to-date information on your website. We will have featured properties, which can be your listings, office listings, doesn't matter. You can have no listings. We're going to highlight it on the front of your page. You have the entire MLS at your fingertips, guys. Okay, at the entire MLS. Here, you know what? I'm actually going to show you guys live time exactly what that kind of looks like, right? And get a better understanding of what that is. So you'll design your website however you want it to look. We can have scrolling photos and all that good stuff. As far as featured properties are concerned, like I said, we can kind of narrow it down. You can separate them by luxury properties or new construction, however you want to do it. But every single property is going to be branded to you. So as I'm searching on your website, which I can do on my phone, everything is mobile optimized. I get all the photos from the MLS. I can save it to favorites. I'll be put right into the back end of your CRM, where there's automatic text response, voice over IP, document storage, CMA wizards, you name it. All those tools are in your back end, comes with your platform. I can get all the listing information, full listing sheet. We'll put everything on a satellite view, which is great in your area. Similar homes you might like. Maybe that's not the one, but this one is. It's on a corner. That's great. Sold homes in the area, creating that urgency, especially right now. School and community information populated on every single property. And of course, all your business down below. We can change it to any language. But now here's the deal. What makes us truly unique and different in this industry is that static versus dynamic. We are going to make your online presence dynamic by embedding a blog right within your website, guys, right within your website. Now, you can put whatever you want on your blog. You can put your own articles, your own videos, whatever you want to do, your own newsletters. Super simple. It's clicking a button, okay? But even if you did no blogging at all, we're going to do it for you. We're going to blog for you every single week. We're going to do lifestyle content, DIY projects, homeownership news, engaging seller information. I mean, you name it, we're going to create it for you. I was kind of trying to see if I could, I wasn't planning on going live with you guys, but why not? Why not, right? You know, just another example of another site. All the content that we're going to create for you guys is all going to be branded to you, right? So you see our agents here are super active, super consistent, super professional. I'm sorry, my internet is like going a little bit wonky, slow. I don't know why we are not downloading all this stuff. But anyway, you're going to be the author on everything. Okay. For some reason, my internet's not downloading my images. So forgive me for the slowness. So lifestyle articles, DIY projects, you name it, all the articles that we talked about that are going to be of interest. We're going to title it with hyperlinks and keywords. Send it out to your social media. Anything and everything that goes to your blog, whether you put it on there or we put it on there, we're going to send out to all of your social media. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to create market reports. Right? So you can pick as many featured towns as you'd like. We're going to create those market reports with a call to action and lead capture directly into your CRM. Truly, like I said, an awesome opportunity for seller leads. And then we're also going to blog all of your real estate updates, new listings, sold listings, open houses, price reductions, you name it. You don't even have to let us know. Soon as you enter it into MLS, we're going to get that information. We're going to create a story about it, title it with lead capture, hyperlinks, keywords, and then share it to all of your social media. So you saw there that Allison was super active on her blog. She does none of it. We do it. You see here, she's super active on her social media. Her Facebook looks active, consistent, professional. She does none of it. We do all of it on her behalf. So she has high value in the search engines, high value in the Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, all the algorithms. So because consistency truly is key, right? But even if you don't have time to do it, we got your back. But anything you want to put on there, you can certainly put that on yourself, guys. But we're going to keep it consistent for you. So again, anything you put on your blog automatically will go to your social media. Everything we put on your blog, listing updates, market reports, all the lifestyle content we're going to do every single week. You'll never get the same content as anybody else. Same day, same time, never, never, never. All of that is going to go out to your social media automatically. So if you struggle with consistency, if you struggle with your online presence, guys, we got you covered. In the back end, you will have your CRM, that client relations manager. It's proprietary to you. Your client contact details are protected. No one has access but you to your client contact details. On your dashboard, you can have we can route your leads from any sources in there. Like I said, document storage, voice over IP, automatic text response. We've got the email marketing system right in your back end for that direct to consumer through email and text. Thousands of templates you can customize and choose from. Everything all under one umbrella, one password, one customer support team. We're going to do it all for you. So we're integrating that blog, creating all that content for you, doing the linking and the backlinking, joining it all together. YouTube channel, we're going to create it for you. Anytime you have a new listing, we'll create that virtual tour. You don't even have to let us know. We're going to do it automatically. We're going to title it with those street addresses, link it back over to your website. All of it is included with your DMS system. So the DMS, Digital Marketing Solution, is everything we've been talking about here today that we are going to build out from top to bottom. Now, for all of you guys, we do have some special pricing. A lot of you are like, what's the pricing? What's the pricing? Typically, we sell our product for $2.99 a month. And now listen, you couldn't pay a college student $2.99 a month just to do your Facebook. Not to mention the entire system, the entire process, a hosted website, IDX, everything. For you all here today, we are offering it to you guys for only $200 a month. That's it. Locked in at that price. If you guys are interested in talking to me further about the DMS system, getting you guys signed up under this coupon code for our webinar here today, let me know in the chat box. I will reach out to you guys personally and answer any questions that you might have and get you so by this time next week, you'll be social media rock stars, right? Or at least we will be for you. You'll be tweeting all over the place. Now, for those of you who are looking to really accelerate the amount of traffic that you are getting into your online presence and purchasing leads on your behalf, we've got you covered as well. Our Elevate lead generation system is where we're doing lead generation, that accelerated lead generation through Yahoo, Bing, Google. We're targeting buyers, targeting sellers in your specific area, putting them through a multi-step process where we're actually putting them through proprietary squeeze pages to get as much information from them as possible. So we're purchasing the keywords on your behalf. Homes for sale in XYZ, XYZ real estate, tips for selling my home. What is my home worth? Whether it's buyers, sellers. We're going to capture that information, create those ad campaigns on your behalf, pull them to the top of the search engines, create those squeeze pages so we can find out, do they own, do they rent, are they pre-qualified? Seller leads, we want to get that street address, give them a soft home valuation, connect with them automatically, and then send them to you and only you. I don't know if any of you guys are investing currently into any online lead generation where we're very, very different from Zillow leads, as these leads are yours. They're exclusive to you. You are not going in on a zip code with multiple agents. So being that they are exclusive, they're also very limited. We have a new market in your area And so we have lead licenses available for those of you who are looking to accelerate your seller lead opportunities or your buyer lead opportunities, but they are exclusive. But here are the deals that we're giving you guys here today, okay? So the DMS Plus is including the DMS system, the website, the email marketing, all the social media, plus 5 to 10 buyer or seller leads every single month. Now, the price is typically $4.99 a month. We are doing it for you guys discounted at $300 a month total to do 5 to 10 buyer leads, or $400 a month total, including everything, including the ad spend for seller leads, 5 to 10 seller leads. Now, where the really good discounts come in that we're doing for you guys, being that you are a brand new market for us, our elite lead generation services, again, include the DMS, the website, the LinkedIn, the YouTube, the social media, the content. Plus, we're also doing 20 to 30 exclusive leads on your behalf. Now, we are offering it at half off your first 2 months. We are lowering that barrier to entry. We are giving you guys the most exclusive pricing, being a brand new market, and giving it to you guys for, not only are we discounting it for your MLS always, but we're giving you 50% off. So for buyer leads, 20 to 30, you better be ready. You better be ready to be busy. If you're not ready to be busy, don't say you want the elite program, okay? Do the DMS Plus. But if you're looking to be busy, this is for you, okay? So our buyer program is typically $1,000 a month. That's for the DMS, the 20 to 30 leads. That's including your ad spend. We're doing it for you guys for only $750 a month and half off your first 2 months. You do not want to miss out on this deal. It will not last forever. Only $375 for your first 2 months. An amazing deal, okay? Now, the seller program, same deal, $750 a month, half off your first 2 months, only $375 to get started. For exclusive 20 to 30 leads, buyer or seller. You could also do both. For both, we are doing it for $1,200 a month. That's 40 to 60 buyer and seller leads, half off your first 2 months. So let me know. You don't have to tell me which level. We can talk about it and decide at what level you want to do it. Just type leads in the chat box. Let me know if you are interested in a lead license in your area. We will hold that for you today. By Monday, you can get scheduled with your onboarding team, get connected with your one-on-one coach, and we'll take it from there. Within the next 5 to 7 business days, you'll be up, you'll be live, you'll be getting leads in, and you will be busy. So if you're looking to take your business from here to here, we are ready and excited to help get you going. So type leads in the chat box, type DMS. I'm happy to reach out to you one-on-one today and decide what we're going to do. Again, our DMS platform is the foundation of everything. The differences of the platform simply come down to how many leads are we actually purchasing for you on Google. Now, Google leads are search-based marketing. These are people who are actually intent-based, raising their hand saying they're looking for homes in your area or looking to sell their home. So you are going to have a much higher conversion rate like that you would versus like Facebook ads, things like that. We're going to do all of it for you, okay? I meet with agents and have worked with agents for many, many, many years all over the country that have seen enormous success. Just was working with a guy in Detroit, and for every $1,000 he spent over this past year, he had a $13,000 return on his investment. He turned $7,000 of investment into $3.3 million in closed sale volume. Super awesome, guys. It's quantifiable, it's measurable. I always say, if you work, it works. So if you are looking for a lead generation system for this year, you do not want to miss out on this. So any questions at all, here is my contact information. I am happy to help you guys in absolutely any way. Again, type leads, type DMS in the chat box. Or again, if you would like to schedule a one-on-one with myself or a member of our team, you can type demo in the chat box, type help me, and we will connect with you one-on-one and go ahead and take a look at what you have going on, or maybe what you don't have going on, and see how we can help you in any way, shape, or form. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys soon.